There are many factors that go into a high-ranking Google My Business. So how do you ensure you're doing the right things to make your GMB rank in the local pack? Hi everyone, I'm Chuck McGee, and in today's video, I'm going to break down what you need to be doing to give yourself the best chance to rank in the coveted local pack. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. That way you won't miss any valuable information to help your GMB rank as well as it can. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about today is your website. You may be asking yourself, did he just say website? I thought we were going to be talking about Google My Business. And you are absolutely correct. But you can't talk about Google My Business without talking about your website. I've given talks before. The last one was at Win the Storm. And I refer to your website and your Google My Business as kissing cousins. And today we're going to break down what I mean by that and why that is true. And I'm going to show you how one plays off of the other. And you can't have one strong without both being strong. So let's tear into this and let's take a look and do a kind of a deep dive, but not get crazy with it, and see if this way you guys can go back and take a look at what you've got going and see how it relates to your website and your GMB. So first, let's take a look at this Google My Business and let's reverse engineer it. But before we even do that, let's take a look at what we're talking about when we say the local pack. So let's jump over here and look at a common roof search. This one's going to be on roof repair. So this is what we're talking about with the local pack. Now you got to remember here, and this is one of the things that's so important. This local pack, almost 40% of all clicks on page 1 with Google go to this local pack. And the vast majority of them go to whoever is number 1. And as you can see, there's only 3. And we've talked about this. If you've looked at any of my videos or podcasts in the past, you'll know that we talk about this. You can have an ad right here, and in some cases you can even have 2. But this is the number 1 organic, and this is the guy that's going to get the majority of these clicks. Okay, so let's jump back into that GMB and let's take a look at why I say that your GMB and your website are kissing cousins. So as you can see here, this is a very common Google My Business, and the most important thing again is going to be what your primary category is. But now let's come down here and let's take a look at what we're telling Google. Because remember, I've always said, you got to tell Google who you are, what you're doing, and where you're doing it. Now, there's no better way to do that than your Google My Business and your website. So as you'll see right here, we don't just have a website address in here. We have Hammond, Louisiana, and that is what we're working on right here with our Google My Business. Now, this particular company has a couple of different locations, so we're going to be talking about today the Hammond GMB and the Hammond page and the Hammond office. So this website address is going to go back to this page on their website. So what are we doing? We're telling Google that we're a Hammond, Louisiana roofing contractor, and all of these things, you got to remember, all of these things are important. You know, I'll see all kind of things going on location pages, or actually no location page, or you might just be using your home page, which that's fine if you do that, but you have got to be telling Google who you are, what you do, and where you do it. So we've got to be talking about Hammond, Louisiana. We've got to talk about who we are. We've got to be talking about the fact that we're a Louisiana roofing contractor. All of these things need to be inside of the content on these pages. And I'm just going to scroll down this page so you can see how deep it is and what all is being told to Google. We've got video in there. We've got location maps going back to the office. We've got podcast in here. We've got images with alt text and titles that match what our page is. Then we talk about the city of Hammond. We've got reviews in here. We want people to see reviews. Then we've got a little bonus offer in here, and then we've even got a frequently asked question. But as you'll see, all of the content is referring back to Hammond and back to a roofing contractor. Now on all of our sites, and this is something you need to look at and you can do, you can get a widget that's got all of your Google reviews and Facebook reviews to put onto each page of your website, which is going to even give you more content, and it's going to give you fresh content, and that's great for Google. Now, before we get too long going on here, let's dive into one of my favorite tools, Ahrefs, and let's take a look at this page on the Roof Crafter site and what's going on with it and what makes it strong. So this is not the home page. This is not the website. This is strictly the page, the Hammond, Louisiana roofing page. So we've got referring domains of 400. That's pretty good, especially for a location page. And we're looking at our organic keywords. So we've got a little over 1,200 organic keywords. This is what makes a web page and a website strong. So now we've got our website. We've got our Google My Business. We're telling Google. We've got backlinks. We've got referring domains. We've got all of the things that it takes to make this Google My Business strong. As we're winding down today's video, let's talk about, again, what we need here. We need a fully optimized Google My Business. Make sure that you've got your services all filled out, your products all filled out, your main category, your primary category filled out correctly, any subcategories that you want. Then you need to go over to your page that you've got linked to your Google My Business right here. And you need to make sure that this web page is a strong page and that you're telling Google everything that you're telling them in your Google My Business. Because Google, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to crawl or spider that URL or that website address, and it's going to go back to your home page or to your page you've got in there. And then that is where we're going to back up everything that we're saying in Google My Business. So Google can see all across the web that you're working Hammond, you're a roofing contractor, you do roof repairs, you do roof replacements, you put all of these things in there, your metal, your Q&As. And all of these things will make your Google My Business stronger so you can get in that local pack. Because let me tell you guys, this right here is where you want to be. And those are the things that you've got to do if you want to be number one, or if you want to be in there, period. But if you want to be number one, these are the things that are just absolutely critical. So as always, if you guys have any questions, leave me a comment. It's going to come right to me. I'll be happy to work with you. I'll be happy to answer your questions. This is just really important. We do a lot of things around here, but the most important thing to me that we do is Google My Business, because with reviews and a strong Google My Business, you can build a good roofing company.